The following presentation does not represent Australian opinion or intellect. We do not speak for any religious order or ethnic minority. We are not political scientists or uni graduates. We're insignificant upper-lower class scum, comparing notes and airing grievances. It's just our opinion. Deal with it.
No way that GST will ever be part of our policy.
Never ever.
Never ever, it's dead.
If they don't like it, go back to where they're from.
It is a big idea.
You know, we don't need them.
A new world order. By 1990, no Australian child will be living in poverty. You should show us.
So it's a week. In a week's time, we open.
There you go. I didn't get to eat my sandwich. 8th of May.
We are doing I should mention we are doing a preview as well on Tuesday night, and those will be cheaper tickets if for those that where money. But yeah, that's kind of a warm up. Usually with these things, frugal. That word really is a word.
Hang on.
Frugal.
Happy morning.
My name is Frugal Schweitzer.
I can go home feeling
Hurry up! I need to get to Stuttgart to see Kraftwerk.
Fun boys, get to Rome. Yeah, those cunts.
No, but usually the way it works, because we're doing, 3 weeks, and usually the shows get better as the weeks go on. So I would suggest, if you're interested in the quality of the acting, to go and see one of the later shows, I would say.
I'm going to come nice and early, the first one,
But hang on.
and pick out all the faults.
No, wrong.
He flushed his line. What a dumb cunt.
Aren't you by that stage tired? Your voice is sort of shot.
Well, because I'm a professional, Aurora.
And you
That
drink
doesn't-
honey and lemon tea
That's
every
right.
night.
That doesn't happen to me.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, what doesn't happen to him? Sorry, I wasn't.
No, she was saying if your voice gets if you get
like
fucked
one of
up
the
towards
end shows, don't you just get tired and your voice is shot to hell after all those performances?
No, it's
No, you
like
kind
he's
of-
screaming. He's not a metal singer.
Death metal.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But I guess
like, you'd be tired, but how
you're
long's the
conditioned.
performance?
Your voice is conditioned with all the practice and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that's right, and it's more of an if anything, it energizes you. You know what I mean? And you get
okay.
you get more into it. You get more into the groove of it. You know?
I'm excited.
How long does the play go for?
3 weeks.
No, I meant the actual running time of the play.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Roughly, if you stay on.
Nine.
we've been
90
running it.
minutes?
It's been running over. I mean, we've been doing it, but we did a speed run last night, and that ran at an hour and 20. So, and there's no break. Okay,
big commitment.
Straight through.
Okay.
so there's no interval. It'll probably run for, I'd say, about an hour and a half.
BYO Vino.
BYO. What
Is it BYO?
In a flask.
I know.
Smuggled a flask.
I know you can buy vino.
Just
to hear
That's the best way to watch
Yeah.
a play.
28 minutes
Oh,
in.
that's
28 minutes in. Alex starts talking about his life. She's just like, starts screwing
Yeah,
the
she opens up the
flask.
paper.
You're such an Italian, aren't you? This is,
Yeah.
Dude, that's like my old lady. We've gone to, I've taken...
I love it. Sure, I'll sit next to her.
But, I'd gone to, I think, one of your plays with her.
Yeah.
Halfway through, she pulls out, a susami fucking bar. You know, they sesame bars?
Oh, they're
That's it, out of her bag.
Pastelli,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
pastelli, that's it.
You guys get a cut from the actors get a cut from the canteen bar.
Do you get like a discount?
No, as in, do you get any profits from anything like that?
Oh, from the bar.
No, why would
Ooh.
Met it. You think that's...
Well, then we're bringing in our own stuff then. If it doesn't profit Alex,
Yeah.
No, we get just
Sorry, we're bringing in our own food then.
Some kid bought a Milky Bar and just jump on him.
You know what they'll have? They just have your standard, beer, wine, and chips. They're not going to have the whole antipasto.
I was gonna. That's actually something I was thinking
That's where
about,
they go
man.
wrong.
Have you ever had? What was the most not prestigious, but which production have you been on that had the best writer? As in, catering for like crew.
Spread.
Oh,
The best spread.
Yeah, the best spread. Because I started thinking, you know what I started thinking about?
Maybe Underbelly, because it was a bigger production.
Nah, hey,
I'll tell you what.
You wouldn't imagine that, man. I'm telling
No?
you. Nah, I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you what. Last week when I went up to do a little bit of
Yeah, up north.
up north.
Up north. He has such a cheeky look on his face.
What cheeky? Who's
It's
working?
cheeky. Oh, was it work? Really?
Sort of.
Yeah. I guess I can mention it. I mean,
It's work.
Porn, isn't it?
I knew it.
I am. I'm a porn star. My name is Dynamo Fire Dong.
Dynamo.
As known as the rifle. The rifle, mate.
Where I got that name from is that when Facebook first came out, they used to have these little test things, and you goes, "What's your porn star name?" And mine came out as that.
Dynamo Fire Dong.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm doing a bit of work on a show.
Cool. Okay.
Which I will be able to leak out details as time goes on. But on this production, the catering was amazing.
Okay.
I was just only asking.
Kashes.
Because you wouldn't
Sandwiches.
think the bigger productions, man, some of them, the way they cheap
Is it
out
a big production?
Yes, it is.
Well, yeah.
The spread was good.
The spread was great.
We used to think, we always had a rule, like, back when we were doing the production stuff, man, like, didn't matter what we went without, but we always put money aside for catering, like, no matter what. Even if it was just me getting up at 6 a.m. to make fucking rolls, and we always had, like, lollies, Powerades, like, always had room for catering. So I just remember, like, years ago, a friend of a friend got her first makeup job doing, like, makeup on set, and she'd message me, like, saying, "Oh my God, man, it's terrible." I'm like, "What's wrong?" "They've relegated me to the back of a car." Straight, "Welcome to Hollywood." Okay, mate. Okay, that's how you tell production houses where they don't give a fuck about catering, they don't care about makeup, they don't care about anything else other than maybe the lead actor, and that's it. Or they don't care about anyone else other than the producer and the director.
Yeah.
So even the bigger production houses, they always skimp on shit like that. They don't care. That's what I was going to ask you.
The one
who
I
had the
did
best
had
one.
a Coles chicken, which was great.
Yeah, we used to do that.
I mean, like,
A Coles chicken and coleslaw.
Yeah.
Or something.
I'm just thinking, I can probably mention it.
No, you've mentioned it before. You mentioned it on the 3XY last night.
I did. That's why.
Oh, you're not going to mention it here.
Actually,
exactly.
then I think I know it. Anyway, go.
Yeah. So, I'm doing the next. It's Australia's first produced series for Netflix.
beautiful.
Oh,
Congratulations. Congrats,
very
man.
much.
That's amazing. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Thank you very much. It's all
So
very
worldwide, mate. It'll be worldwide.
exciting. Worldwide, baby.
Fucking hell, this is it, man.
Global.
This is it. Like, once he gets a star on that, mate, he's
How
finished,
I
mate. We
know.
will never see him again.
remember us.
Podcast.
Just remember
What
us.
podcast? Well, you were feeling that's not right. I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
That's not me. That's not me.
Can you tell us about it or no?
I can't go into
Divulge,
detail. I
yeah.
have signed a NDA,
Okay.
non-disclosure agreement. I can't talk about the story or my character. or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Okay.
I can't.
Standard tablet he has for his visitors at his house. Lovers.
But it's real. It is. I can tell you, it's super cool. It's very, it's gripping. Like reading the episodes is just like amazing. But it's kind of like a supernatural crime thriller. I think that's how you would describe it.
Okay.
That just has every buzzword.
I know, doesn't it?
Are you able to tell us how
Yeah.
big your part is? Are you, like, at the moment? No?
I can't tell you how big the part is.
Fluffer.
At the back.
I can tell you what it's called. It's called Tidelands.
Okay,
So you can Google whatever's in the public domain. And
Okay.
look that up.
Cool, man. No, congrats, man. That's
I'm
cool. That's good news.
excited
That's
for
awesome.
you.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
So where are you shooting and when do you shoot? Can you say that? No.
I'm pretty sure you've already...
Up north in the near future.
I think you've given us some of these details.
Yeah, I'm shooting up north. I'm shooting in Queensland.
Oh,
So the weather is just great.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Where are you staying up there, man?
I'm staying in Brisbane.
Did you end up... Do you have the rest of your dates sorted out? 'Cause remember I said to you I would come up for a weekend?
Yeah.
Are you shooting over any weekends? Last week was midweek.
Yes, as a matter of fact. Will I go up again this weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah.
I got a wedding.
So you're currently shooting?
Yes. Currently shooting, yeah.
Okay.
I had my first day last week.
Right. So you're
You're a
up
man
and
in
back.
demand.
A man in demand, baby.
Stops in Sydney.
I mean, look, this is how,
It's
I
a
mean,
quick commercial.
it's actually amazing how it's worked out because, the play that I'm doing,
Yeah.
you know, there was going to be some like I don't know if I could have done both.
Yeah. I can't believe you're doing both.
Well, that's the thing. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is that the play is actually, they're working around my dates.
Oh my God, how awesome is that?
So it's amazing.
Must make you feel good because it's like
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
a wanted
yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's not clashing. It's every actor's kind of dream to be in this position. Just be
Perfect.
working like all the time.
So that's the point, yeah.
Good on
Like
you.
1 minute, that's the life of an actor. 1 minute you're fucking flat out, and then next minute you're calling me up for coffee at 8 o'clock in the morning, 2 days in a row.
It's so extreme. You're either like on
Really?
top of the fucking world or you're in the dumps.
That's a great. How do you deal with that?
Ooh,
or are you
that's tough.
Or
Production, man.
No, wait,
What do you mean?
yeah, it's
you for
life.
real?
I am for real. I want to know how you deal with it. Like, do you have like moments where you have big slumps because you're not working? Like, does it really fuck with your well-being, or are you just able to deal? Because you've done it consistently. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, so you've almost
it does fuck with you.
yeah.
It does fuck with you. Yeah.
So do you have moments where you're really down? I guess depressed.
Is this seriously new ground for you? I'm being honest. I'm not taking the piss.
I can look with common sense. I can understand that this is what someone might go through, but I'd like to know his experience.
You know why?
Yeah.
I think why? Because I can relate to Alex, like, 100% in this, because I've been in the same boat, like with the production shit.
Right.
And so this has been my life.
Yeah, because it's like here
I'm
you
hearing
feel
you say it, it's like,
purposeful, and then you're
exactly.
like out of it, going, "Hang on,
Okay.
I'm not even doing anything with my gifts."
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like,
so you're in, you're out.
I'm hearing this like it's me talking. That's why it's weird.
Absolutely.
Like you got
Right.
no head around
It's
it.
either
Makes sense.
it's exactly right for any creative, you know,
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
dedicate
I
your
get
life
it.
to it, whatever. Yeah, you're either if you're in it, and the world's
Purposeful.
amazing
Yeah.
and everything, and then when you're not, you're like far out, you know, like what the fuck.
When it rains, it pours, mate.
Yeah, no, literally.
But yeah, in terms of like, how do you stay on top of your well-being and everything? Yeah, you need strategies. You need to
Coping.
I think so. Yeah, you need to be able to have things that you do
Yep.
that are, for me, I think routine-based things.
About
You know what I
to
mean?
say.
That implement structure into your life
Yep.
because your life is so unstructured. It's so kind of random. So you need to
Right.
employ these routines to kind of keep you steady. So exercise,
Yep.
you know, that's a big one. You know, training, that keeps you steady. Eating well, keeping busy on whether if you're not working, you know, having something that you might be doing consistently, whatever that is.
I was going to say.
This guy's but, I mean, look,
He did a jacking off sign.
I'm scheduling myself in for 9 o'clock.
God. Oh, God.
that's what you want. I mean, look, that's what you aim for. How often do we miss the mark? I mean, we miss the mark all the time. You know, there are moments where I'm in the fetal position on the bathroom floor crying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Do you feel like if you have too much routine, it's also a negative? Like, do you get antsy when you then have too much structure because you're so used to routine than having spontaneity?
If you
know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think that's why we can't do we can't do your regular 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, got it.
Because we'll go fucking nuts
Yeah.
if we don't
Yeah.
express
I
that.
actually can relate. So
That creative impulse.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We'll go fucking insane. So we need to have we're trying to get that balance.
yeah, cool. Got it. Sorry, all I think about now is, can you...
Well, think about when I first met you, like 2011, 12. What was my life like then? What was I doing? Like, do you remember? Do you remember much of anything? I'll be honest.
That's a very blank time in my life.
That period, honestly, that period, I remember working a day job.
I remember you were kind of on and off, or casual.
Yeah. And then every weekend, I'd disappear from Thursday night through to Monday morning. And I'd spend one night at a club getting smashed with these two idiots. And then the rest of the time, I'd be doing productions. It was literally... When you were on, that was it, man. I would work from, I'd be up at 6, do production shit in the morning, go to work some fucking warehouse job, come home, don't even go home, go straight to a fucking production meeting. Then I'd come home and do audio because I did production, right? So as in, I would produce something, but then I would do the audio engineering and score on the side, yeah?
Yeah.
As in also based on other shit. So whether it was putting audio to an animation or putting audio to a film, and then I had the singers and shit that I worked with, and I had all the other music that I was doing as well. There wasn't a moment when I wasn't working, doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did call me up and be like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" I go, "Nothing much. You want to be in a film clip?" Like,
I think I got a few of those.
I'm like, yeah, sweet. We're meeting here, like Caulfield Station. We're doing a night shoot.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I needed the extras. I got a call last minute. I needed to.
And you called me because I had to beat someone up. Yeah.
But
Oh, nice.
That was good.
But see,
Hunt down that video.
Dee's got the perfect, in terms of the mentality, in terms of the attitude you got to have. You have to be able, if you want to be able to do this kind of thing, you want to be an artist or whatever it is, you need to be self-generating. You need to be able to just do shit on your own. You've got to be able to do shit on your own. You've got to be able to create your own stuff. You know what I mean? Because no one's going to do it for you. You're not going to be waiting for a fucking handout. You've got to create this stuff. And so because of that, you're working on another clock. You're not working on anyone else's clock, So
it's just shit that needs to get done. Yeah. It's not what time they tell you to start, what time they tell you to stop. Man, I remember, specifically, 2011, or maybe it was 12, I can't remember, but I had a music video that we were doing. It was for an obese records artist, right? So it was a pretty big deal. Mm-hmm. And we were putting up we were creating a DeLorean, from the Back to the Future. I managed to get a DeLorean fully loaded with the Back to the Future shit into a fucking studio in Paran at fuck all cost. For 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever it was. And we're just having a guy go back in time, right? But I remember that day, the day before the shoot, I was working all fucking day at doing the warehousing stuff. Came home, started making phone calls, prepping shit, I was in charge of wardrobe for that. I was in charge of the makeup. I was producing the whole fucking feature. So I was running around getting wardrobe for it. And then I had a friend in from Sydney that night, I said I would catch up with. So I've said, look, man, I'm going to have a window between this and this time. If I can get all my work done by, say, 7 o'clock or whatever, I'll come and grab you, we'll go for a drink. Got it all done by 7 o'clock. I'm like, thank God, shooting starts tomorrow. We're all good. I can just relax and have a drink with my mate. I was out having a drink with her. I get a phone call. 2 extras have dropped out.
Oh, no.
Some guy is doing another filming job, won't be able to get camera gear to someone else, and we need something else. It was something random, fucking hell. This was at 11 o'clock at night. Dropped her off in the city, started driving home. I was making phone calls and sending emails till about 2:33 in the morning that night. That as in that morning, because it didn't stop.
Yeah. But I guess that's part and parcel of...
He's putting on all the hats, He's playing producer, he's playing runner, he's playing wardrobe, he's playing art department, he's doing everything.
Yeah.
That's quite rare.
So you have to do it.
You have to do it. If you're an art, if you have to.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to do everything.
I guess that's also part of the beauty of it. You're doing it because you want to. It's part of your creativity. It's part of you. It's not like you're following someone else's rules, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the problem is when you're in that position, especially...
You're also doing too much.
I was doing because I was a jack of all trades when it came to that sort of shit. The problem is depending on who is running the production, depending on who's either directing it or who the money is behind the production or where it is or what it's for, you don't get a lot of the credit. I probably haven't been credited for 80% of the shit that I've done. As in, to its full effect.
And that's where it's fucked up. You should be credited.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I used to see, either ads, and that's the thing, I might see an ad on TV that I know I produced, I did the audio for, but didn't mean anything in the end. I would have gotten, almost nothing, and someone else's name would have been attached to it.
That's shit.
That's a reality. That's how it is.
Yeah.
We did the wedding shows, man, on TV, where everything you see is a lot of our stuff.
Yeah?
Married at First Sight and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
What's all our stuff?
Is it?
Yeah, we don't get credited. Channel 9. It's a big business. They hire it from you, and you give up your whole right to be credited. So all that shit you see on TV is all our stuff.
When you sign contracts and stuff as well, that's when they
they come pick it up, you sign, we pay you, you have nothing to do with it now.
That's right.
This is where this is our stuff until we give it back to you, kind of thing. So that's just how it is.
But then, you know what, in the acting world and the media world, in that sense, it's even more cutthroat. Because, I've seen it, and it's happened to me. I know, and with actors as well, they cop it because they could be on set and the director doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and the actor might not take any direction from the fucking director because this idiot's a clown, and it could all be say in Alex's situation, it could all be Alex, what he's doing in front of the camera, Or even ideas, you know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever it
Like
might
even
be.
ideas, even if it's a deviation from the script, you know what I mean? Like an improv that was just entirely you.
Yep.
Well, that's what, I mean, you know what I'm talking
and
about.
that all
totally.
lends to the performance, doesn't it? Like someone could watch that and go, he's a shit actor, but really maybe the direction was really
man.
bad.
Yeah.
Or the way that it was shot, you know,
Or
it
the
really
editing.
does. Yeah, the editing, it makes a
Everything.
difference.
Doesn't do it justice.
The whole thing. I mean, the film and television is a director's medium.
Yeah.
It's not an actor's medium.
Right.
So the director has essentially, quite a final cut, so to speak, you know?
Yeah.
So meaning that they're overseeing everything. So if they don't like, your performance could be completely cut out. You know, you could have done this whole thing. It could have been a really amazing three-dimensional performance, and by the time they cut it up,
Yeah, it didn't make the final cut.
you're like, maybe it could be like a one-dimensional character or something, or you could be like, you know, reduced to a cameo. You know, depending on so many variables, and also this is what I think. I think it is about relationships. So if you have a good relationship with the director, no matter how big your part,
Chemistry, for sure.
and no matter how big your part is, then the director is going to utilize you in the most effective way to tell the story.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And to kind of make your character, you know, significant. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what makes a good director.
Yeah, so it's that's important. That's important. I think those creative relationships are really important.
I was actually having a conversation with my cousin about the movie La La Land. Have you guys seen it?
Oh, the musical.
Yes.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
And I know you're not a musical fan.
I can't, yeah.
But I love musicals, and I loved the soundtrack. I thought the way that it was shot was really clever.
Called La La Land.
La La Land.
Yeah, man, it won
so
all the
the way that it
awards.
was shot and the soundtrack, the performances, or I would say the direction of the performances were terrible. They fell flat.
Really?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. I saw Ryan Gosling in that performance. I didn't see someone else. I saw him. I saw his dry sense of humour, like the way that he is outside of acting. I saw that. And also, he didn't lend, like, there's certain parts in the movie where you need to be energetic, extra. Like,
It's a musical, you have to be
You
energetic.
have to. And, you know, there's like these big crescendo moments and they fall flat. And even the
dancing?
The dancing especially, but more the energy. Even
Didn't
in the
La La Land win like
performances.
100 Academy Awards?
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm like, oh, this isn't working. This scene isn't working. And it was really sad because I loved the story, loved the soundtrack, loved everything about it, just not their performances. And I think Ryan did such a better job than she did.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that it had a lot of merits.
Yeah,
but
completely.
It seriously won awards.
It had
Can
a
you
lot
look that up,
of merits.
Malaka?
In my opinion, it had a lot of merits,
La La
but
Land.
it didn't hit the mark
Yeah.
because I think it's because what he was trying to do. The guy that directed it did Whiplash. I don't know if you saw that. That was
No.
fucking amazing.
No.
What was Whiplash?
The one about the drum teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
I remember that.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that killed it.
Incredible. That was
Okay.
his debut
Yeah.
as a feature film director. Like incredible.
Right.
Young guy. Like the guy's like in his early 20s. And then he did La La Land, and
The way that it was shot was amazing.
it was really ambitious as a project.
Yeah.
And I knew what they were trying to go for. He was trying to, capture that golden age of Hollywood and the kind of the whole musical era.
And bring LA to life as well, because usually it's New York.
However, in terms of the performances, in terms of that, you had actors doing music theatre. Okay, so you've got actors that, they're not
Correct.
singers and they're not dancers. Now you're thinking of Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire,
Even
Rhonda
Hugh
Birchmore.
Jackman. Hugh Jackman. Like,
do you know what I mean?
give me somebody that can do it. Yeah.
Those guys were musical theatre performers.
Yes.
Like you see some of those clips of Gene Kelly.
Oh my
it's
God.
fucking incredible. Like the
Yeah.
energy, right?
Yes.
So, and that wasn't captured.
It wasn't.
And that's because of the fact that's because they're not.
I know.
Not trained. They're not trained that
But
way.
I could think of it. But obviously they've picked them to come on board because it brings in the people to come watch it, the box
The name.
office, and it's a business, right?
Yeah.
So, but I can think of a few people that are like almost no names that would do such a better job.
Well, they had 14 nominations at the Academy Awards.
Yeah, I told you,
They're
they
tying-
swept.
And then they won Best Picture, and then they didn't.
Yeah.
Moonlight with it. One,
Moonlight got it. Yeah.
But they made a bit of money on it.
Of course they did.
Budget was $30 million. So it's a decent sized budget.
You can have an ambitious script, or you can have an ambitious production house, or an ambitious director, but it doesn't mean they're going to pull it off. Me and Simo were talking about this the last time I had dinner with him. Yeah, Simo's a mate of ours, right? And he's a big golden era of Hollywood buff. Like, he loves his...
He's just a cinephile, like, in every sense. Not even golden era, just everything.
Yeah,
like art house, European cinema.
Theatre.
European cinema's his thing.
Plays, like, he's hooked
does
up
he
on
direct?
that shit.
Is he in...
No. He's a patron of the arts. He's not in the arts.
Yeah.
But when they had dinner at his chateau, candlelit with,
I love dinner at his house.
I can just imagine that happening.
Dude,
Simo,
it was the best.
With, like, classical music in the background.
Hey, we're listening. It was an 80s soundtrack thing, but his soundtracks are best, because I said only in his house would you hear Kenny Loggins and Edith Piaf on the same playlist.
Yeah,
right.
Totally. Oh, I love
we were eating like a fish. He'd done like a fish,
what
man.
fish?
The entree.
He cooks it, man.
He cooks it. Dude, you think I'm not gourmet? I'm Staples. Simo is fucking gourmet, man.
Was it in the foil and the pan?
With the lemon wedge. The entree was fucking buffalo mozzarella with figs
Caprese salad.
Yeah, that's it. It was insane. It was the best.
I'm telling you, man.
I was crying, man. It was the best.
We got to get him as a special
Actually, this
guest.
was recent, because you mentioned that
wasn't
salad
that long
before.
ago.
We got to get him. We got to get him on a special guest.
Yeah,
as a special
he's
guest.
someone I would bring in for sure.
Yeah, he's
but
one of
we were
a kind.
talking about this. We were talking about big actors in Hollywood, and we basically dissected every single decade, the biggest leading actors, and if they are actually good actors, right? And what makes their movies great. And as a standalone actor, do they actually cut it, or is it just the project and the vessel that they're attached to? Whether it's a good director, or whether it's a good supporting cast, or whatever. And we'll bring it up. I'll give the one example that I'm thinking about now as far as ambition. I was talking about Leonardo DiCaprio, all right? And the argument, the argument was, is Leo actually that good an actor, right?
Yeah, Simo's not a fan.
No, he's not. Yeah, his early work he is, but not lately. And then I brought up. We tried to think.
I'm thinking Blood Diamond. I thought he did a great.
Well, that's the thing. Can you name
in that?
10 Leonardo DiCaprio movies?
Titanic.
Yes. Right.
Blood
Titanic,
Diamond.
Blood Diamond.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah,
Amazing.
Basketball Diaries. Basketball Diaries.
That's a sick
yeah,
movie.
up until then,
Basketball Diaries was amazing.
Drawing the line.
Yeah.
Basketball Diaries.
Inception.
The Reverend.
Romeo and Juliet.
That Inception movie.
Yeah, Inception, Romeo and Juliet,
Catch Me If You
Baz
Can.
Luhrmann.
Catch Me If You Can. Yes.
That was a good movie. I
That
like
was a
that.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
Haven't seen
Departed.
that. Yes, that was good too.
Yeah.
The Aviator.
Aviator,
Haven't seen
Reverend,
that.
the one that came out, he finally won the
haven't
Academy
seen that.
Award for Best Actor with Tom Hardy and Academy Awards. Gangs of New York with what's his name? The fucking
Django.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great too.
Like all these projects, right? And then we looked at them all objectively, right? Okay, let's look at every single one, right? And who his supporting cast members were and the production, yeah?
Right.
All right, Django. You had Quentin Tarantino as the director and the writer. Is brilliant, right? I mean, it's Quentin Tarantino. Yeah? Then, who was his supporting cast? He had
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. What's his name? The German.
Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, who's genius.
Yeah, he's great.
You know what I mean? Samuel L. Jackson was floating around in that midst as well. The supporting cast and the story and the director
I still think he's a great. No, I still think he's a great actor.
Hang on, like that's the thing. You keep looking at his
If you look at it individually, though,
That's what I'm saying.
you don't see Leo.
No,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he really transforms, in my opinion.
A Wolf of Wall Street was the other one, right?
Yes.
Okay, think about The
He
Reverend.
should have won for Wolf of Wall Street.
That was great.
Think about The
might
Reverend,
be.
yeah, where he did win the
That's the
Academy
one I
Award
didn't
for it.
see.
Tom Hardy was his co-star. Production was insane on it, like it looked incredible. And he did the whole method, eating fucking dead buffalo, whatever the fuck it was, like all that shit. Yeah, cool. But you more or less watch him just get beaten to death for like 2 hours, right? That's his role. He shouldn't have won an Academy Award for it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then, like, say Wolf of Wall Street, right? The cast in that. Who do you remember from Wolf of Wall Street?
John Bernthal.
Who's John Bernthal?
The character actor, the guy that has I'm just a fan of John Bernthal.
Is he?
Yeah, no one knows.
Is he the guy?
He's the guy that has the handlebar
Yeah,
mustache.
is he the guy that they get arrested because what's his name? What's this short fat kid from what was that movie called? Fuck, who's it?
No,
The one
Jonah
that
Hill.
fought to
No,
be in
Jonah
it.
Hill.
Yeah.
Doesn't Jonah Hill get this guy arrested when they go to exchange some money at a car
think
park?
so, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that's the actor that I singled out.
Dude, that guy, have you seen Fury?
No.
Guys, give me a
Oh, I've
picture.
seen Fury.
Yeah, he plays the hick in Fury.
Fat man.
This guy's like full,
That's what I'm saying.
Thanks, Nick.
Think about
full method.
Love
Like
your
he plays the hick.
Yes, man.
John Bernthal, he's Punisher, I think, for Marvel.
Oh yeah.
He's fucking good.
Dude,
man.
think about that movie, right? You had Margot Robbie, you had a
I think she
director,
was
you had a
great
great
too.
director,
For a
right?
newcomer.
You had a great director in that,
Of course.
and then all the supporting cast and stuff, right? Was Leo? Oh, Matthew McConaughey was in it.
He was good too.
Like, was Leo the thing that made that movie
That's him.
good?
That's
Yeah,
John
dude.
John Bernthal.
I singled him out as the one
Sexy.
scene I actually remember. when they're having a round table discussion, when they're trying to get it off the ground,
Yeah.
and he goes, tell me, how do you sell shit? And he goes, supply and demand. All right, we'll explain supply and demand. He's like, all right, we'll get a pen. And he throws the pen back at him. Here's your fucking pen. There's supply and demand.
Yeah.
That guy is the guy I remember from the movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember Leo's role in that.
There you go.
Then you look at, like, we just kept going back to all his movies, yeah?
But see, that could be down to just the character.
He's been in great
He still was
movies,
a great
but
actor,
But it's subjective. That's what we were saying.
Like, look, I understand what Simo's saying.
Yeah. But, dude, we did it with Tom Cruise. We did it with every actor. We said, can you name a fucking movie?
Have you guys seen Inception?
No.
But honestly,
Yeah? Do you remember any other actors in that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Tom Hardy's in it.
Yeah. But he's not bigger than...
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it.
Yeah.
Who directed Inception?
Ellen Page.
He's amazing too. I like him.
Nolan, yeah.
Ellen Page. But they're not on the level of...
This is the thing.
Leo.
this is the
Why
thing.
are they on that level?
This
That's
is
the point.
This is the thing
No,
with Leo. This is the thing with Leo. Now, there's people like it. I think he's great.
I like
actually
Leonardo
think-
DiCaprio.
I like this. I like Leonardo DiCaprio because I'll tell you why. Because of his choices. Because of the choices that he makes for the projects that he makes. Like whenever whenever a DiCaprio movie comes out, I want to see it.
Substance.
I want to see the part because as an actor, if I was in that position, man, exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Look at the guy's fucking credit. Look at his credits.
Yeah.
Look at the movies he's been in. Like every choice that he's made for a film has been unbelievable. How
Like
many times
Departed. Departed, man.
Departed. He's worked with Scorsese. He's worked.
Departed, right? Who's in that movie? You had Wahlberg. You had Damon.
Yep.
Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
Directed by Scorsese, man. Like, those are all big names.
But even his previous work, where there weren't so many big names,
like what?
Gilbert Grape,
Okay, but he was a kid in Gilbert Grape.
doesn't matter. I think he's
Johnny Depp was in Gilbert Grape. Yeah. Johnny Depp.
okay. We get it. But what I'm trying to say is, you can look at it objectively and still say he's a great actor.
But this is okay. I think I've sort of gone off from what I was saying because we delved into the whole thing.
It's about definitions, right? It's about, well, how do you define what a good actor is?
Okay.
And
What's
I
your
would-
definition of
all
a good
right,
actor?
I would say that, like, I don't see any of them. So when I watch a movie, I'm like, yeah, that's not you in an interview. That's completely not you. That's what I look for. Make sense?
Yeah, so you don't see that person, you see another person. You see
Yeah.
another- so like a Daniel Day-Lewis, for instance, who's the
Daniel
old...
Day-Lewis was with Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio in Gangs in New York.
Yeah.
I don't remember Leo's character for shit in Gangs in New York, but I remember fucking
But
Daniel
that could
Day-Lewis.
be down to the character itself,
But that's nothing.
not necessarily.
Once you walk
the
away from the movie,
talent.
what do you actually take from it? What do you remember?
Yeah, but that's encompassing everything.
This is my
Not
point.
just-
As far as ambition, touching what Alex was saying before, The Great Gatsby. Did you watch it when it came out?
Yes,
Yes, I
loved
did.
it.
You loved it?
Loved
Why?
it.
I didn't.
I didn't think you would
I
have
loved
watched
all
it.
of it because I'm a musical. I love the theatrics of it. I love the way that it was shot. I
Okay.
love, what do you call it? Cinematography.
Yeah.
I loved all that.
I walked
That
away
to me
from
was
that.
like
That was a
theatre
Baz
on
Luhrmann
TV.
picture, right? Who I don't care for, right? Because it's just Baz Luhrmann. But he's a wank, right? But I walked away
I
from
love
that.
the costumes. See, I look at all
Dude,
that stuff. The
It
music.
looked fucking incredible. I'll give it that 100%. It looked amazing.
I love the book.
Amazing for what it is, right? But the movie itself, I think, felt completely flat because it was just felt soulless.
Yeah.
It was a big, garish production. It looked incredible. The sets, there was money thrown into it. Big ambition.
Why would you say soulless?
It just felt empty.
Why do you think it felt empty?
I don't know. I didn't watch it
Because
again.
it could be a connection to it. The fact that you don't like theatre so much, like
What are you
maybe the
talking about?
story.
I
Like
watched
what-
theatre.
I agree. I felt
So
like...
why did you feel it was soulless?
I understand what he means by soulless.
Okay.
What the problem was that as a narrative, as a story, it just didn't work, and it didn't take the audience properly on the story of this this guy. It was too bells and whistles.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
too
Exactly that.
Not enough.
not enough substance and not enough story.
I would say because what I do remember from that movie is it like there wasn't so much of writing.
Yeah.
It was a lot of just acting and movement and theatrics, but not necessarily through words. And maybe that's where it fell
And
flat.
I think if you're putting up text on a screen, literally throwing up text on a screen, I think someone's missed the mark there.
Yeah, that's just shortcuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just shortcuts.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Think about another actor we'll talk about. We'll talk about Tom Cruise, right? Can you name movies that Tom Cruise has been in over the last 20 years?
Days of Thunder.
That's it, right?
Top Gun.
From the 80s. They're both 80s movies.
I love those movies.
That's my point,
Top Gun
right?
kills it.
The Terminal.
Hang on, you think of all his early movies. Top Gun, Days of Thunder,
Money,
Born on the 4th of July.
Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Terminal.
The Terminal. What was that?
Catherine Zeta-Jones, where he gets stuck in an airport.
No, that's Tom Hanks.
That's Tom Hanks.
Oh, that's Tom Hanks.
See what I mean?
Wait, who did you
That's my
say?
point.
That's what I thought.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, right.
What's that other one where it's
Interview with
but
Interview with a
I
Vampire.
the famous
Tom
one where he's
Cruise-
like singing with his socks?
Risky Business.
Risky Business.
These are all 80s movies, right?
Can I just say, though,
Magnolia,
Tom
have you seen that?
Cruise-
No.
That's good. Eyes Wide Shut, that's good.
That is good.
Kubrick. But that's what I'm saying. Stanley Kubrick, man.
But
Great
I don't
director.
think that's because of the movie, not his acting.
But that's what I'm saying. Where do you define it? Now, my favourite Tom Cruise movie to date is
Still see Tom
Collateral
Cruise in
with Jamie
everything.
Foxx. Collateral with Jamie Foxx, right? Who's a great actor in himself. But Tom Cruise steps out of the element, is a villain in that.
Yep.
Plays something he never does. What has he done the last 10 years? Well, dude, I saw a preview last night for Mission Impossible fucking 10. Seriously, Ethan Hawke is still getting tracked by the government.
He's still alive.
Not Ethan Hawke. What's his name? Ethan fucking
Ethan Hawke. That's a blast from the past.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Wasn't he on us?
What's his name? What's Tom Cruise's character's name in Mission Impossible?
Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt. Sorry, Ethan Hawke. Yeah, but
But Ethan Hawke and,
Dude, they did it,
Tom
Mummy.
Cruise kind of look similar, don't they?
yeah, a little bit. They do. Yeah, they got that white ratty look.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke looks like Tom Cruise on crack.
Yeah,
like
he
that
actually
kind
looks
of.
like Kevin Bacon's half brother.
Yeah, he's got that like
But that's
really
what I'm saying,
ratty.
dude. He did
Like
the
Sam
Mummy. They did a
Rockwell as
Mummy.
well. They all kind of
They
look
did a
similar.
fucking Mummy reboot like not long ago. Tom Cruise
What
has
about
done
Liam Neeson? All I can think of Taken.
Taken.
Taken 20.
That's become like, he can't get
I
out of
love
that.
that. though.
Dude, I jump on social media and there's
I
like
will
memes
watch
and
Taken 20.
And I will kill you.
The best thing about Liam Neeson was the meme that said this. His daughter should just not go outside anymore. Seriously, how could someone get kidnapped like 8 times? It doesn't make sense.
taken 4. You're not going anywhere.
But that anyway, that was the whole point,
Yeah.
Aurora. That like with the Great Gatsby, right? Massive ambition,
Yeah,
massive
no, I
budget.
understood that.
But
With the-
you'd think it
I
would have
say
done a
the
lot
writing.
better for what
Yeah.
it had behind it.
Yeah, fair
But then you
point.
take Reservoir Dogs, Quentin Tarantino's first movie, did everything on a shoestring budget, but because of the actors, think about Reservoir Dogs. Tarantino, right? Great actor, director, writer, blah, 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 blah. Then who was in Reservoir Dogs?
Harvey Keitel.
Harvey Keitel, man. Penn. Chris Penn. Yeah, Chris Penn, man. You had,
But let me tell you something. It's not just about Steve Buscemi's in it.
yeah, Steve Buscemi, man.
But it's not just about the actors.
Tim Roth.
It's not just about the actors. It always comes down, whatever project, it bare bones, it comes down to the script.
Yeah.
It comes down to, if it's the script, the
I know,
screenplay,
yeah.
whatever it is, if it's good writing, if it's a good story, it's going to work. Mm-hmm. It's going to have some level of merit.
Okay.
And if you get good actors on board, it's going to bump it up. You're going to get a good director, it's going to bump it up again. But you always got to start with the script.
Let me ask you a question, man. How often? I know how many times I've had to fucking deal with this, and it's been a nightmare, and it's showed it in the final production. How many times have you gone onto a set and directors and like producers have started arguing over the script and making changes
Well, yeah,
in the middle of a scene? How often does that fucking happen?
Not arguing.
Not arguing, but just like
Changes get made.
changes get
Yeah,
made.
changes get made all the time.
How do you feel when changes just keep getting made in the middle of a fucking scene?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on for television, changes happen all the time.
Yeah.
So amendments are constantly coming through because it's TV. It's a different medium. They're not so precious with the script in terms of the actual screenplay itself. It's more about the story. Okay, it's more about where is the story going? Where are the characters going in terms of the arcs, etc.? Whereas when you're working on a film, on a feature film, where the screenplay is everything. Say, for instance, you're working on a Tarantino film, every word is important.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's written it.
Because it's a dialogue-driven movie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So you can't come on and go, yeah, Tarantino, I'm not going to fucking say this. You'd be like, okay, fuck off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it depends on the project.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But it does. It comes down to the script. It always comes down to the script.
I've always wanted to write a script.
Yeah, bad. I know.
But for me, like,
Why aren't you guys writing a
well,
script?
I'm fascinated with like the 1930s, like the Prohibition era, like Machine Gun Kelly, Pretty Boy Floyd, like gangsters. Like I'm fucking so like infatuated with that era. My car for the wedding, I had a 1930 Rolls Royce Wraith. I had to source that car.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, did you ever watch Public Enemies with Johnny Depp and Christian Bale?
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Never saw it.
But I want to do something a bit more dark. Like, none of this, like,
Okay,
you know.
what did you think of Public Enemies? See, this is the thing, right? When Public Enemy came out, I was drawn to it initially because Christian Bale, great actor, Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp playing.
I'd have Alex Kidd starring in my movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's cheap. You didn't know him.
I work for nothing.
And versatile. I can use him for 3 parts.
And it was about Daz Dillinger, who I fucking love. So I'm thinking mad.
Yeah.
Then I saw, like, the trailer. Then I read a few things on it, and I'm like, I can't be fucked. That movie did fuck all. Even though it was Christian Bale and Johnny Depp in their prime heat for, Hollywood draw.
Now, why is that? You reckon it's the script? It's got to be.
I never saw it. I never bothered.
It wasn't.
It's got to be the script.
I wouldn't have written it like that. Now, I'm not a movie buff. I'm not like a.
When was it made? Because also marketing.
No, wasn't that? It was, 10 years ago?
Okay.
Maybe?
8, 9?
Yeah, like.
Something like that. 10,
like,
maybe?
Yeah.
I think
Marketing as well. It is.
Marketing
it is.
as well, and also what's coming out around it. Do you know what I mean? That always sort of dissipates films that, you know what I mean? If there's high quality productions happening that have gotten so much like buzz, it almost diminishes everything else that's going on, even though it needs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
With the marketing,
accolades.
the marketing is all tied into franchises.
Yeah, right.
So now,
Everything's a franchise.
Because that's what makes money.
Right? So if it's not a franchise and you're relying on marketing, it's not going to get the same.
Yeah.
Do you know how diluted?
Reach.
This is how much they've diluted the market as far as franchising goes. Watched the latest Avengers, Avengers fucking 3.
Haven't even watched one.
I haven't either.
I saw the first one,
Not into that stuff.
didn't see the second one, saw the third one, right? And superhero movies died with me when they turned Spider-Man into Tobey Maguire as opposed to someone decent, right? That just put me off superhero movies, And they became all the same shit.
Why? Because he's little?
It's just,
a
I've
wank.
had this argument
dweeby.
before.
He's just a wank.
It's just a wank, right? But
I can't look at his face when he's crying.
Take it seriously? I can't take him seriously.
Yeah, it's like.
yeah, exactly. Dude,
His face gets all fucked up.
the last Avengers movie, it goes sort of across the board and it covers a lot of fucking superheroes that they've. It's just laughing.
His face goes all fucked.
Yeah, it does.
Most people, movie stars, even then when they're crying, they're beautiful. They're like,
He just turned into something. I'll get a picture.
Actually, Sterling. What is his name? Sterling K. Brown?
Who's Sterling K. Brown?
He's from, have you seen This Is Us, the television
black guy?
series? Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently he can, cry out of,
Just
like,
the one
tear out of
duct.
one eye, and he can choose which eye.
What?
Yeah.
Method.
No, I tell you, this guy...
Is he?
He's the
That
black
doesn't
guy.
look normal.
Oh my God!
That does not look normal.
He looks like the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What's his name?
oh, that actor.
Yeah.
What's his name? Fuck.
Sandberg.
Yeah.
Andy Sam. Is it Andy? Is that his name?
Andy Sandberg.
Who's the guy you mentioned?
Sterling.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Sterling.
What a name.
K. Brown or Sterling Brown. I don't know.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Sterling K.
He's
Brown.
so beautiful to look at too.
Look, what I was saying about the franchises, was I was watching
Nice guy.
Avengers, and then when I looked up the info on the movie after, so many of these superheroes have got their own fucking movies, right? Like Captain America's up to Captain America 3 or 4 or whatever. Iron Man has got 3 of his own. Thor has got 3 of his own.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man has been rebooted 100 times.
It's fucking overkill.
They're all intertwined.
Yeah.
And then, this is the thing, right? I grew up reading comics, so I'm looking at all these cross-references. I'm thinking, hey man, shouldn't all these other characters be in the midst? Like you've got all these cunts moving in, all these other.
They're trying to
these
do
people
that.
integral into the thing, but because they're trying so hard to make movies out of each individual character. They want to capitalize on how much money they make, right? It's not even about telling the story anymore. It's just about capitalizing on the money. The X-Men, who are one of the biggest Marvel Universe mob, they're franchised out to Fox Studios. Whereas the Marvel Universe is considered separate, and they're franchised out to Disney. So those two movies will never interact. Because Fox owns one part, then then Disney owns the other one.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Then you've got, like, Spider-Man. They couldn't make a Marvel movie about Spider-Man because Sony owned the rights to that. Even though Spider-Man and Iron Man and Hulk and all these other... Hulk, another franchise, has been rebooted a million times. Eric Banner.
Could you imagine if they worked together? How?
But that's the point. They could make one killer movie with all the characters, but because all these studios are tied into production houses, tied in across other hands of money, they don't do it. Dude... Do you know who starred as the Hulk? How many remakes of the Hulk do you know that there have been? Eric Banner did the first one.
Then Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. Yeah. Edward Norton was a Hulk. I didn't even know until I saw the last of...
What happened to Eric Banner?
Eric Banner.
Lives in Elsternwick.
Yeah.
Does he? Yeah. Near Kate Sobrano.
Yeah.
He lives there?
Kate Sobrano lives in Elsternwick.
Like, you know...
He lived across over from
Australia
my mate.
house.
Is he still here? I thought he might be in America.
Yeah.
I think he's back and forth, but I know he owns the house.
In Elsternwick, I didn't know that.
He has a house in Elsternwick.
Dude, he's a St Kilda supporter. Staunch St Kilda supporter. Yeah.
Well, what
Every now and then
you'd
you'd see him, like, just taking a...
Yeah, Eric Banner's... That's sick, man.
You know what, though? But he's like, you saw him driving down the street, and he'd wave at my mate, because obviously they live in the same street.
Yeah.
And he's just like a normal dude.
He's a normal dude.
Man, he does not
He seems
care about
down
that
to
kind of,
it.
like,
Dude, he was
Hollywood
Poida.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poida.
He got his start as Poida on the Full Frontal
That's
show.
what I
was
love,
good.
man, when you get these big movie stars and they're just like your average Joe. There's no
It's
ego.
He'd literally
nice.
put
No
his...
entourage.
Yeah,
It's
dude, he'd stop, literally, we'd be at the front having a smoke.
Yeah.
He'd literally put his man down and be like, boys, how are yous? And that's
yeah.
it. Like, hey, man, how are you? What you up to? I'm just going down to Coles. Do you know what I mean? Like, just a normal dude.
Sicko, yeah.
Just whatever.
Man, I remember turning on fucking Channel 31, and he was on
Getting some twisties.
He was on Channel 31, man, on some fucking motorbike show.
On the Aurora channel.
Talking about motorbikes, you know?
Yeah, doesn't he love his dirt bikes?
Yeah.
I remember, I can see him in the motocross
You know what? I
outfit.
know what that show is. Was it called Bloke's World?
Probably.
Guaranteed. I watched that, man.
Just like,
dirt bikes and shit and that camping and stuff. Like, he's a bloke's bloke. He's
a legend.
Yeah.
Look, just going back to what you were saying, man, about the franchising. It's all about the franchising now. Everything is a sequel on a sequel on a sequel, and it's never ending. They just want to keep it open to make as much money as they can on each thing. Like the Marvel Universe, you know what I mean? You could have all these superheroes and villains in one fucking movie, be the best movie ever, but why do that? Why put all your eggs in one basket? Why not franchise every single fucking actor and just keep the lifeblood going forever? Forever. And that's what they've done.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's a fucking joke.
I'm not into that.
Nah.
Those movies. And I've never really watched... I think I watched the first Spider-Man for like 20 minutes when Maguire.
Dude, it's like Terminator. Yeah. They franchised Terminator. Dude!
Yeah, they ruined Fast and Furious, man.
Fuck Fast and Furious. There you go, but it's another franchise.
No, but the first one when it came out exploded. Now they're up to number 9.
Oh my God.
It's because they have set up this model of sequels in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's a business model that they feel like, okay, this is what's going to generate money. This is what we know we're going to get back. So we're just going to keep making sequels.
Yeah, but Fast and Furious 14, Vin Diesel's driving a taxi. like he's just doing pickups. That's the movie. and he's got his turbo in his taxi.
Yeah. It ruins films. It ruins you know, the originality of a film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're losing their sense of integrity.
Yeah, and their
if they ever had it.
innovation and their ideas, you know what I mean? And so what happens is, in terms of the superhero stuff, the one superhero movie that I was like, man, that was actually a good movie was Logan. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Where they made
I wanted to see it, but my mate fucking bailed on me, took his missus last minute.
They made Wolverine. They made Wolverine like he's old and he's like he's dying and like Professor X is dying and he's trying to get this medicine for him and he was like, it was like he was this is just an old man and he's like it was just
humanity.
It was real. It was
Right.
the
Humanity was poking through.
Yeah, it wasn't about I'm a superhero and I'm going to save the planet.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to do that because they need that now to stay in touch with audiences because people aren't that fucking dumb anymore to just buy into that sort of shit.
Yeah.
TV is doing really well, like Netflix and series.
That's a
and
whole
stuff.
different killer fish now.
But I think that's why they're doing well. Hollywood's losing their shit.
Karate Kid's back.
No one's paying attention.
on YouTube.
Oh yeah, Cobra Kai. Have you
Cobra
seen
Kai.
it?
Really?
I saw it pop up on Insta,
Oh,
but
no,
I
I'm
didn't
scared.
pay
It's
attention.
funny as shit. Have you seen?
I haven't seen it.
I saw the
but,
commercial for it.
Dim Fragula told me about it. He's like, you gotta go see it, man.
What is it?
It's on YouTube, the Red or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
YouTube Red.
Who's the
series.
Karate Kid? You know
Sounds
the one
like
he
a
knocks
Ralph
out?
Macchio.
Put him in a
body bag.
Yeah, that guy. And it's
He's
centered
back.
around him. Like, he's the main character.
Yeah.
What's his name? Johnny?
Johnny.
Yeah.
And he's all,
Oh
he's
my
all
god,
like,
I hated him.
and he's all like washed up and shit.
Yeah.
And you're following his story.
Oh, cool.
And then Ralph Macchio comes in.
He's like he's become
Yeah.
like a car dealer. Or
Yeah, it just looks like just a cheap white.
Yeah.
Wearing the shirt.
Are you serious?
And he's like,
Yeah.
he wants to open up Cobra Kai. He's like, over my dead body.
Oh, so it's like it's a piss take, obviously.
Well, no, it's
no,
pretty
it's-
serious, but the acting's pretty bad.
Oh, no.
It's all right, but they've got to bring in a bit of humour as well because,
Yeah.
you know, they've got to try and prep it up. I'll try and find the thing for you.
I think the first 2 episodes you can watch for free.
Yeah, you can on
What
YouTube.
happened to that
Ralph
name?
Macchio.
Yeah.
He did the
I had
Outsiders.
the biggest crush
remember?
on him.
He did the. Of course you did. Of course you did. He's a pretty boy Italian kid.
Yeah,
you know
of
what I
course.
mean?
I was little. I was like 8. I wonder if
Great
he's
name,
like
man.
now.
Ralph
sick.
Macchio. What did he do? He did the Outsiders and he did the
Worst
Karate
name.
Kids.
Hey, The Outsiders is a sick
He was in that
man.
movie about the
I love The
guitar.
Outsiders.
Do you
Have you
remember
seen
the
it?
movie about the Crossroads? He was in a guitar movie and Steve Vai's in it.
Wasn't he in
sells-
fucking My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
watching that, dude. I've been watching clips from My Cousin Vinny.
Have you
These
seen
Non-stop.
names. No, these
What?
titles.
You
not
haven't
seen
seen
My Cousin Vinny?
You haven't seen Edible
Are
People.
you for real?
Why? Why?
Dude, that's your film.
Oh, man.
But
The
any
name,
Italian...
Marisa
I
Tomei.
laughed at the name. So
Marisa
what?
Tomei, Joe Pesci.
Marisa Tomei, right? You know Marisa Tomei?
I do.
Yeah. Joe Pesci.
This is Marisa... She,
Why does everybody love her? Can I? Well,
Marisa
every-
Tomei.
she's an awesome Italian babe.
No, you know what? She's got
But
sex
what
appeal.
is it?
She's got sex appeal. Oh, for me,
Back, like, in...
I messaged you the other day, and I said, "Yeah, okay, Marisa Tomei, man."
Everybody.
was back
No,
in the
but
day.
everybody.
It's just something about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to see My Cousin Vinny because she won an Academy Award.
She won the Academy Award for that, yeah.
So hang on, is this
Yeah,
is it a
bad,
good
man.
movie? Is it a
Oh,
shit
brilliant.
one?
No, it's
Brilliant.
great. Joe Pesci's in
Joe
it.
Pesci makes
He's the
that
main
movie
dude.
fun.
Okay, okay.
He just plays
It's just a great...
Gambini.
Is this an 80s
It's-
movie?
Yeah.
Vincent
Yeah,
something
late 80s.
Gambini.
All right. No, I haven't seen it.
Are you
gotta
for
see-
real?
It's just
I am.
It's a real
I was
classic.
little when
It's a
Karate Kid
classic
came out.
80s.
It's a classic 80s feel good kind of...
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
No, it's good. It's got witty, like, New York humour sort of thing.
All right.
Set in the South.
Isn't it about a couple... if they're from Jersey or something.
Yeah, what it is
Oh,
is...
cool.
What
They're
it
from
is
New
is
Jersey and they go to
this
down
Ralph
south.
Macchio and his mate, this Jewish kid, they're going down south, they're going to college or something, yeah?
Yeah.
And then they get mistaken for an armed robbery gone wrong, and they get picked up for murdering the guy.
Right.
So then they have to get a lawyer. He calls his cousin Vinny, who's Vincent Gambini from out in Newark or something.
Yep.
And he comes from New York and he's, leather jacket and all that shit. Goes to a conservative Alabama fucking, town. And that's where he's got to get him off. And there's no hope in
Okay.
hell. And, it's actually great. I'm just thinking of the lines.
Got it.
It's a good movie.
Stan.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're an Alabama. You killed a good old boy. Sick movie.
So is he? This was after Karate Kid, obviously.
Nah.
No.
Was it? No, wait.
Yeah, I think it was.
Was it?
Because in Karate Kid, he was a kid, man. Like, he was young.
And who does Marisa Tomei play?
His missus.
Okay.
A wound up Italian Jersey sort of girl.
Okay.
Gina, like
Yeah,
a...
Like
yeah,
a real
yeah.
Gina that just wants to get married and have kids. and-
Okay, got it.
My cousin Vinny was in 92.
Oh, shit, I thought it was the 80s.
But Karate Kid was like 80,
87.
87, yeah?
To this day, I've never seen The Karate Kid
And I was
all the way
born
through.
in 86.
Never.
First one's good because it's the first one. Second, third one,
Yeah, then you got
I
Jackie
always
Chan
remember the
with
third
Will Smith's son.
oh,
Oh no, I didn't watch that.
horrible.
That's terrible.
Horrible.
Oh no.
Dude. No.
I mean, that's another thing too. Why remake? Well, what's it? Come on.
You bring in Will Smith's son to be a Karate Kid. No.
No. Just no.
No, that's it. That's,
Oh
that's
my God,
why not?
guys.
No.
Do you know which movie I watched that is the worst movie I've ever seen?
No, here we go.
It was a remake.
Why are you pointing at him?
Because he said remake.
He just pointed at him.
I'm a remake.
Just a
Because he said remake before. Who was it? Who's the guy that everyone makes fun of for being wise and sitting on a train and there's memes everywhere and you never see him but on a
Keanu
train?
Reeves?
Keanu Reeves. What's that movie he was in that made it
Break?
really big?
Point Break.
Point Break. Now,
Yeah.
do you remember? They did a remake. Yeah, they did a remake
Yeah, I
recently.
know.
I didn't even bother to watch it.
was so bad.
Sorry. That's exactly what. Total Recall, they remade it. Haven't watched it.
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
I refuse to watch it.
I refuse to watch it too.
It was shocking.
You can't remake good movies, man. Like, you just.
But see, it's a business. They know that they've got the fans.
Well, Dumb and Dumber 2 came out. Remember that? Dumb and Dumber 2?
Didn't you watch it for like 3 minutes and walked out?
Dude, Dumb and Dumber has a special place in my heart. I've watched it, I watched that movie when it came out. My cousin and I grew up fucking memorizing that movie, like, all through summer holidays, I love that fucking movie. It's Jim Carrey in his fucking element, right? Right before he blew up and became Jim Carrey.
That was the trilogy.
Yeah.
It was
Ace Ventura, The Mask.
Ace Ventura.
And that made Jim Carrey. After that, he made Liar Liar.
And now he's off the planet.
Yeah, right? They made Dumb and Dumber 2. Then I never watched When Harry Met Lloyd, like that one where they're in college or whatever. That was just garbage, right? I've walked out, I think, of maybe 2 movies in my entire life. I know I've definitely walked out of one before that. Dumb and Dumber 2, I lasted about 8 minutes. Sat there, I was watching it with a friend who I'd met over that movie, as in we were both at a party out in fucking Rye, and I've walked into a living room and she's watching it. I'm like, oh my God, like, I love this movie. Yeah, no one's going to watch it with me. Oh, I'll watch it. And then that's how we became friends. So we went and watched it together. We're sitting there, and from the minute it started, we were just like, this is fucked. And she just kept going, I want to get up. After 2 minutes, I want to get up out of my seat. She says, just give it another minute. Just give it another minute.
Why?
After 8 minutes, it was just, all right, I've had enough. And we walked out. 8 minutes in.
Why?
It was just shit. They were trying to bank, dude, 8 minutes in, and they were trying to bank on jokes they made 25 years ago. Like, to keep the joke going, like, just recognizing it would be enough to laugh. It's like, dude, that wasn't even funny. Why is everyone, like, fake laughing in here? Like, it was shit. Terrible.
Yeah, okay.
Terrible. Dude, terrible. and we were sitting outside.
No
So
stars.
offended.
Dude,
No
we
stars
were
for
sitting
you.
outside going, why would you make this movie? Why would you agree to shit on your legacy?
I'm not a popular person when I say this, but I swear to God, when I was a kid, and even in my teens, Jim Carrey fucking, it grinds my gears.
Why?
Oh, really?
Have you seen him as a serious actor?
See, I would prefer to see him as a serious actor.
He's
got some crazy...
Dude,
give me some...
What's that movie?
I hated it. I'm like, this is fucked. Stupid humour.
Have you seen the movie, that
funny.
23 movie?
23. I've got that on DVD
Yeah,
at
that's
home.
good.
Great movie.
That's
I
good.
like that movie.
But I didn't like it. I think I was one that did not resonate with his humour.
Isn't that interesting?
And that's not like I love, like, what do you call it? Like, actors
Slapstick.
that, not slapstick, but like physical comedy. Like, I can appreciate it. I just did not appreciate his.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I was the exact.
And you were the opposite.
I was the exact opposite, man.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Jim Carrey.
But I can see why. Like, my brothers were too.
Yeah.
And they used to.
I think for me, because I was
imitate him all the time.
Yeah, I was when he came up, I was in grade 5 or something like that.
It's a lot of immature humour.
It is.
And I couldn't resonate with it.
Right, as a kid, and he was a guy, and he was just like, I was blown away. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, and he was different.
It's like, he is just exploding off the screen. He's the most larger-than-life fucking character.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
For me, for a young kid, who's into performing, you're just like, this guy's my idol.
Yeah. Same with my brothers.
Yeah.
No, I understand it. I just.
And then what made him a great, in my opinion, what makes him a great artist is that he was so much more than that. He had so much more depth, and he made.
That's what I'd like to.
He made those great films that kind of kick-started his career, that booted him into the stratosphere. But then he started making, like other great films, like that still had his sense of humour, but were kind of more grounded.
I think he lost his way a little bit. No. Like with like movies like Liar Liar.
Well, his last
Me, Myself, and Irene, things like that. Do you think he
after Liar Liar and the Truman Show, he did Man on the Moon, that Andy Kaufman thing? Yeah, Me, Myself, and Irene.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I've heard that is amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone says I should watch.
Eternal Sunshine's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
You need to see
I
that.
love the Truman Show. I think it's a fantastic film.
But look at the movies,
I've seen
His
that one.
last slapstick movie was Me, Myself, and Irene. That was in 2000, Irene. And that was written by the Farrelly brothers, the same guys that did Dumb and Dumber and all that, yeah? And they were in their peak, the Farrelly brothers.
And
they did something about Mary. Kingpin, like all that shit, yeah? Then did like Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, yeah? Majestic. And
Never
then
saw Majestic.
I did. It's just, It was ambitious. It was all right.
Right.
It was a bit touching, but then like too much Americana. I don't know. He did a Bruce Almighty movie, right? Which is what it was. Like a family movie. Eternal Sunshine.
Amazing.
And these are all he had a year period. So 2000, 2001, 2003, 2004.
Did you see I Love You, Philip Morris?
No.
No.
That is a great film. He plays a gay guy in him and Ewan McGregor. They play this.
He's a good actor.
This love story between these two guys.
Yeah,
and it's a true story. And then one of them gets put away for fraud, and he gets put away for fraud and tries to reunite with his lover. And it's actually a very good film. And his performance is fantastic. Yeah.
But look at the movies he's done in the last 10 years. Yeah, Dark Crimes, which is listed as a Polish-American detective drama. Yeah, by Greek, I think. Hang on.
Is that latest one?
Alexandros. That's 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Bad Batch. It's only getting released now, though, I think.
I don't know. This movie called The Bad Batch, which features Keanu Reeves. Yeah. It's a black comedy thriller from 2016. 2014, Dumb and Dumber 2. 2013, Anchorman 2. He's got that cameo as a Canadian film crew.
Oh, that was good.
Kick-Ass 2. In 2013.
Yeah, I didn't see
2013 again, the incredible Burt Wonderstone, where he's got that cameo as like he's like an angel, Chris Angel sort of character.
Yeah.
He's funny in it, but that's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
You know? Mr. Popper's Penguins, A Christmas Carol. I Love You, Philip Morris is before that. Then you got Yes Man, then you got Dr. Seuss. You know, these are all year periods, man.
Yeah.
23, the number 23 was in 2007. Before that was Fun with Dick and Jane. Then you got like Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, whatever it is. Then Eternal Spotless, so he's done like another one, sort of dark movie. Then you got Bruce Almighty, and just keeps going back. He's got like this. He's got 4 Christmas movies in a span of 10 years. Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
But I think it's like you've got to go where the energy flows, and like it's sad because we kind of look at him and go, this is his body of work, and we judge him based on his body of work. But in one sense, you can say, look, I can understand, like, separate, like you said, the art from the artist, and go, look, at this time in his life, who fucking knows where he was at? And then at this time, who knows where... People evolve.
I think what I appreciate about Jim Carrey is that I'm not a fan of all his films.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of him as an artist.
Yeah.
I think because of the fact that he just is so... He does what he wants to do.
Right. He's outside the box.
He makes his own choices that are true to him as an artist.
Right.
And that's not going to appeal to everyone.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And so because of that, Jim Carrey has put his stamp on everything he does. So you know it's Jim Carrey. And going back to what you were saying about actors who, you know, maybe they don't transform or that they're always them. You know what I mean? Now, you could misconstrue that with Jim Carrey. You could say, oh, he's the same in every role. But it's something that he's bringing where he...
But see, that's a gift.
He brings his signature to whatever that part is or whatever that movie is, you know, and it's a signature of... It's a style of comedy.
I've got a question.
And I appreciate.
It's a style of comedy, and it's, for me, that's something that's what an artist does.
Yeah.
Is that they put their own stamp on something. Like Al Pacino, for instance, right? To me, he's one of my favorite actors. Now, you know, he doesn't necessarily transform. He's not like he's not a shapeshifter.
Yep.
But he brings a rawness and an authenticity and an emotionality and a depth and a ferocity to his roles that no one else can bring. And you know it's Pacino. And you go to see him do that. You know what I mean?
But the backbone of that is authenticity. Emotionality, like all these things, exactly, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think that Carrey does have authenticity. You know what I mean? So
Let me ask you a question. Chris Tucker, we all know who Chris Tucker is, right? Can you name movies that Chris Tucker has been in?
Friday.
Yeah.
Russia? No,
it's not even Friday.
That's right.
Friday.
Is it Russia?
No, Chris Tucker.
Friday, Money Talks, Fifth Element.
Yep.
What else?
Jackie Brown.
I just know
Jackie Brown.
Rush Hour.
Silver Linings Playbook.
He was known as he was in a club like the $10 million club. Basically, after he broke into Hollywood, he would only do a big budget. Like, it was always determined by how much he was getting paid, and he was criticised for it. Can you remember how Chris Tucker started? Stand up. Def Comedy Jam and shit like that,
Yeah.
He was literally stand-up, and the first thing we would have seen him in, he was in The Media Man, which was bullshit. He was in House Party 3, but his first big thing was Friday. Everyone knows him for Friday.
Smokey.
Yeah, Smokey. 1995. After that, he was in Dead Presidents, which was a great movie. Dark as fuck, based around the time of the Vietnam War. Then he was in Money Talks, which is fucking brilliant. I love the movie.
I love that film.
Charlie Sheen is in it, right? And the two of them playing off against each other was
Great
the best.
chemistry.
Yeah, right? Then he was in The Fifth Element. That was a big budget
I fucking
movie.
love that film.
Yeah.
It's a great
Right?
film.
Great movie. Big fucking movie. Jackie Brown, it was a favourite Quentin Tarantino.
That's right.
Then you had,
okay.
dude, then you had Rush Hour, Rush Hour 2, Rush Hour 3, and then just sat on it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to make anything else. Then he was in Silver Linings Playbook, and that was the first time he'd taken a pay cut where he wasn't the main draw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did, from 98, from 97, when he did Fifth Element, and he got paid money, 97 to 2012,
Yeah.
he did nothing other than Rush Hour movies.
Because I think he actually stopped making films completely. Like, he did. I mean...
Took a break.
But
He said, I've got the
He was on
money.
hiatus.
Yeah.
He left Hollywood.
You know what he's doing next
He
year?
left Hollywood and he...
The rebooting.
You know what he's doing next year?
What?
Rush Hour 4.
Again.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Money talk.
That's the point.
Because I think for some reason, I think that he just... I think something happened where he became disenchanted with Hollywood or something, and he just moved back down south and became
Needed to find himself again.
Wait a minute, man.
religious. And, you know, he kind of did a 180 on the whole Chris Tucker that everyone knew him as. You know, this fast talking kind of dude. But get this. But you know what the funny thing is that with Chris Tucker is that he ended up becoming massive. Because when he hooked up with MJ for like the You Rock My World and stuff, and he ended up becoming like huge, like around the world, and was doing like tours. Like he ended up doing all this humanitarian work all during that time where he was on hiatus from films.
Yeah,
he was going to Africa.
He went back to stand up after
doing
MJ died.
Humanitarian work and doing all this fundraising and charity work and stuff like that.
Yeah, good on
Tax
him.
write-offs.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
to counter the Rush Hour 3 money. Dude, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'd seen this, and I was going to ask you guys. It's how many of these black movies have you seen? And it's just like a 1.1 movie, every movie you've seen. I looked at this list, there's 50 movies, and I've actually seen most of them. I was going to see if you guys have actually seen them, or I'm just like some fucker that watches too many movies. All black movies.
Okay.
Alright? Do you name them off the list, yeah? Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god. Alright.
I've been hound to watch this shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Boys in the Hood.
Set It Off.
No.
Well, who's in that again?
4 or 5 women, I can't remember. Black chicks, they go to do a bank job.
No.
Okay. New Jack City.
Yep.
No.
Friday.
Yep.
Menace to Society.
Yep.
Yep.
No.
Juice.
No.
Yeah.
Above the Rim.
Yes.
Paid in Full.
No.
No, what was that one?
Paid in Full was with
Out of this.
No. Do the Right Thing. I think it's a Spike Lee movie.
Oh, Do the Right Thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that film.
Poetic Justice.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Dead Presidents.
No.
Hustle and Flow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Think Like a Man.
Sick movie. Hustle and Flow.
Which one's Think Like a Man?
Think Like a Man is
I'm a massive fan of black films. I didn't realize that.
I was sitting there and I was looking at it. I'm like, wow. Hang on. Waist Deep. I haven't seen that.
No.
ATL. I haven't
No.
seen that either. South Central.
No.
Friday After Next.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Wood. All right.
I can't
Jason's
remember.
Lyric. I've seen that.
I think so. Yeah.
Jason's Lyric. All I remember is the arse shot. All right. Crooklyn.
Of course you do.
Yeah, he's jamming some bird in a shop. All right. Crooklyn. Belly. The Best Man. Do you remember that? With
Oh, we did watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love and Basketball. Omar Epps and
Sounds familiar.
yeah. That's a standard. It's like a chick flick sort of Moonlight.
What about Booty Call, man?
Hang on.
It's on the list. Guaranteed it's on the list.
Hang on. Next Friday.
Yes.
Said that.
No, I said Friday After Next. Dope.
No.
Girls Trip. That was not long ago.
No.
Just Another Girl on the RT.
Oh, yeah, why
That's
did
the
you
one
say
random
that?
one. Fruitvale Station. Never heard of it.
No.
Get Out.
No.
Bad Boys.
Yep.
Harlem
Yes,
Nights.
I think.
Yep.
No.
Seen that? Scary Movie.
Yes.
Black Panther.
No.
A Low Down Dirty Shame.
No.
CB4. Tell me you've seen CB4.
CB4.
Chris Rock.
Who?
Oh, come on, mate. CB4 is like it's brilliant.
No Money, More
Sounds like a
Problems? What
bomb.
about that? That was good.
Is it on the list?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Hang on. Think Like a Man 2, Soul Plane with Snoop.
Yeah.
Drumline, White Chicks,
Yeah.
Stomp the Yard,
No.
Baby Boy.
That's a sick movie, Baby Boy with Bing Rhymes, man.
Yeah, man.
That's a sick ass movie, man.
School Days.
Yeah, man.
Mo Money.
Yeah.
Great movie. Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang is like CB4, like they're both sort of similar veins. Pootie Tang's the best.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
What a time. Scary Movie 2, Love Jones, Bad Boys 2, The Best Man Holiday, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while you're drinking your juice in the hood.
Yeah.
That's a given.
Yeah. Dude, I was looking at these, I'm like, I've seen most of these. And I thought, man, there's so many movies here that haven't made the list.
You didn't, yeah, there's a few that haven't
Life,
made.
Eddie Murphy,
Life.
and
Yeah.
Whose list is
Come on, Spanky.
I was just on that film Phil
That's a
Culture,
great
some
movie,
shit.
Life, man.
Brilliant. Dude,
Nutty Professor.
Booty Call.
Oh, yeah.
Booty Call was fucking genius. That was Jamie Foxx's.
Yeah, that was his day. That was kind of
yeah.
his big thing. Yeah.
I remember watching that movie when I was about 12 years old and saying, this guy is like the black Jim Carrey. He's going to be massive.
Yeah, he's going to be massive.
Fucking blew up after
Yeah,
that,
he did.
man.
He did. Booty Call was his big film. Oh, that was the thing that kind of set.
I
him
remember watching Friday and needing subtitles.
Are you for real?
I'm for real.
There was a few that weren't there was
Friday?
There was a few that weren't
Yeah,
mentioned on
like,
that.
I'm just
Gridlock.
Yeah, Gridlock. Gridlock was
speaks so
genius. Yeah, I love
fast.
Gridlock.
And you've got to watch Baby Boy.
He Got Game wasn't on there.
He Got Game.
Spike Lee movie, fucking brilliant.
Above the Rim was on there.
There's
Yeah.
a few Snoop films that weren't on there.
The Wash.
What is that?
great.
Above the rim?
That's the
Above
best.
the Rim is fucking
That's a
awesome.
basketball.
Above the rim?
It's a basketball.
you know what else is
The basketball movie. Calm down.
And I was going to say, what are you thinking?
Yeah, fucking-
It's not called Above the Rim.
Booty Tang, Booty
Sharp.
Call, and fucking
Sharp,
Above the Rim.
yes.
Fucking, and you know what else?
He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Fucking Four Brothers, man. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've got
man.
that on DVD. That's one movie I've got it on DVD.
Yeah.
Four
That's
Brothers.
sick.
Isn't Andre 3000 in that?
Yeah.
Mark
God.
Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg, yeah.
Tyrese.
Tyrese.
He's also in Baby Boy.
Tyrese.
Yeah.
And he has that crazy Mexican
Fucking hell,
girlfriend.
man. The Distinguished Gentleman.
Oh, dude, that's probably my
And fucking
favorite.
Boomerang.
Yeah.
Distinguished Gentleman is probably my favorite Eddie Murphy movie after Coming to America.
I think I can take a
Easily.
little break.
all of Eddie Murphy's, all those fucking movies.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Boomerang was probably the last one of
Boomerang.
that sort of era. I can't believe you haven't seen these movies, man.
No.
Four Brothers, man. Good call. Four
Brothers.
Good call, man. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
That's a fucking great movie.
That's just got heartache all over it.
Yeah, man.
Just keep
And it's just-
dying.
you know what?
It's in Detroit, right?
Yeah, it's just you know what? It's just a hard ass movie. That's
Yeah.
it. It's just no.
hard.
Yeah. There's not the script is not much.
Nah.
It's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Do
a
you,
great movie.
do you want a movie that's hard where the script's not much? I saw it on TV not long ago, just by random, man. I turned the TV on thinking, yeah, I want to watch a movie. And then this movie starts rolling with the credits.
Hang on a sec. Can you make this face?
Me?
Stop.
Why have you got...
Do it. Look
I
down.
can't
Yeah,
now.
you kind of look down and you look up.
Right?
I can't.
There's a little bit of Marisa Tomei there. What
No. I think you're just seeing Gina.
do you mean, Gina?
Gina.
Stop washing my balls.
maybe all Italians look the same to me.
As a Greek.
Nah, but
Hang on, that's a compliment then.
Nah,
If
she
you
doesn't
like
look like
that's a
Marisa Tomei.
compliment.
Do you know who she looks
but
like?
Actually, stop now.
No.
This better be good, Biff, because
No. There's two people that you look like. One that gave me a fucking heart attack when I first saw it, and then the other one, which I found randomly.
I hope you fainted and died in the best sense.
Calm
Okay.
down. No. Hang on, wait. I'm going to see if I can find
Marisa
it.
Tomei just knows.
man, it's Marisa Tomei. I mean, this is a
I
compliment.
do have nose.
No. She knows.
This is
No. She just knows.
Aurora.
Like she knows. They're not the nose.
Aurora. It's a compliment.
Thank you.
No. Marisa. She's.
No. Hang on.
You know what? I will mimic that look when I'm home, and I'll send it to you.
You know, a lot of people have they say, "Oh,
can
do you
post
find
it.
black actresses in Hollywood attractive?" Like, what's John Voight's daughter's name? Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
I love how I remember John Voight to get to Angelina
I
Jolie.
think she's beautiful. Yeah.
I just don't find her attractive.
I found her,
dead
dude,
set.
when I was in high school.
Come on, man. She's smoking.
Dude, when I was in high school, I had a poster of Tomb Raider on my wall. Outside of that, it went all pear-shaped.
But everyone tells me.
But do you
know who she looks like?
Oh, God.
They calm down.
I'm scared.
This is around the one that popped up the other day, like
Maybe
a
when
month
I had
ago.
dark hair.
Hang on. This popped up about a month ago. I was just going through, like, you know, your suggested friends on Insta. This popped up, and I'm like, what, did
And I'm
Aurora
so
delete?
scared.
No, I'm like, what, did Aurora delete me or something? On Instagram? And then I looked, okay, that's not Aurora. But it has that fucking stupid puppy filter that you always use from your filters.
I love that filter.
Dude, I thought that was fucking Aurora.
Who's that?
I don't know, some bird.
Stephanie Caminaminutis.
Yeah, I just fucking screenshotted
Who
it
is
because I'm like,
this?
yeah, that's definitely her. Who?
Bianca Suarez.
Oh, hello.
Just go through Google now for hot Hollywood
Yeah, I
birds.
think she's...
Do you know who you look like? And I thought it was fucking you.
God damn! God damn!
Do you know what, though?
man.
Do you know what, though? I've been told, like, with makeup and without, I look really different. Like, I have...
Dude,
Give me a heart attack.
do you know who you fucking look like? You look like Sarah O'Terry, the fucking MasterChef
Oh
girl.
yeah.
Oh, dude, I turned the TV on when
I
she
didn't
first popped
see
up.
it.
No.
I remember you
When she
saying
popped
this,
up on
but
TV, I
don't
fucking
see
did a
it.
double take. I had a heart attack. What the fuck's she on MasterChef? And then
Do
I
you know-
stopped. And I was upset. I was like, I was looking for the fucking thing.
Do you know who I told I look like? The girl from, is it, not the Avengers, the new one with Ryan... Deadpool. There's a girl in there.
You do look like Sarah Derry.
She does, man.
Dude, you know why you look like her? Like when you're like unhappy about something, you're greasing something off.
I've never seen this bird in my life.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm following her on
Really?
Insta, like
looks
all my
like you.
cooking shit.
She's got green eyes, I think.
Oh, calm down, man. I'm not saying you're doppelgangers. I'm just saying there are fucking...
Similar features.
Yeah, you're fucking...
Both Italian.
I'm telling you.
Apparently, all look the same.
You fucking look the same.
Hey, this Blanca Suarez, man.
Where did you just find her?
Dude,
random-
she's like old pretty, if you know what I mean. Like she's got that.
Dude, what do you mean? She's 29.
No, like the
classical.
actress, the classical.
Yeah, the classic,
She's
old time beauty.
She's got that kind of thing about her, man. That's amazing.
Oh, yes. No. Is she still together with someone? There you go.
Sorry, man. Once you hit once you hit Netflix, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Nah, man, you don't look like her.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nah,
But
man.
I've
Who
been
told you that?
A few people.
This guy's looking at Blanca Suarez with someone. He's
about to hit her up.
Oh, no.
Once his Netflix goes off its head,
Yes.
get your agent to call her agent to
You
get
have a
together.
chance.
Maybe we can
you
do
don't need
something. We
agents.
can collaborate. You know, just
We
something.
can collaborate.
You don't need
in
agents
the
anymore. You can just
bedroom.
message her on Instagram or fucking Twitter.
Yeah, DM.
DM.
Give her a DM.
Just send her a DM.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
getting
it is-
the lingo's coming back to me.
Yeah, it's finally come around. How many fucking actors and fucking sports stars are getting done for hitting up like hookers and shit?
Really?
Oh, dude.
James Franco.
Yeah, but that guy's a stoner, man. That guy's such a stoner.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
That's why there was that irony about him making a speech to accept. Was it a Golden Globe?
It was some award, man.
Yeah,
He's fucking-
for that movie about what's the worst movie ever made? The Room. Did you see The Room?
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't.
The one that Franco did the biop of.
We've lost him.
Blanca Suarez, that's it. It's done.
Obsessed with Blanca Suarez.
Who is she?
Dude,
Swiping right.
Man, she worked with Almodovar, man. Pedro Almodovar, big Spanish film director.
Yeah, but who is she? What has she been in?
He's just read it all now in the last 5 minutes.
He's taking screenshots, changed his wallpaper on his phone. He ordered a calendar. No, I'm just saying.
that's done.
Followed her on Instagram.
He's got his eye on the prize now. That's it. We've lost him.
Forget Netflix, man.
This
It's
woman
done.
is gorgeous, man.
Calm
God.
down.
Don't worry.
dude.
Hey, once your Netflix explodes, once your show explodes, you're all over it.
Yeah.
I've got
I think Alex needs a break.
Oh my god, actually.
I got to tell you. On speaking of Spanish actresses, the show that I'm doing, right?
I was just about to ask this question.
So I can talk about this because if you look it up, it actually says it there. But they've got some internationals.
Yes.
Right? And one of the people on the show is Elsa Pataki, who is Chris Hemsworth's wife.
Yes, I love her.
Right? Now, I don't really know her or whatever, but
She's beautiful.
I kind of very briefly saw her on set. She is absolutely stunning.
She's beautiful. Yes.
Absolutely.
But I think her soul's gorgeous as well.
Yeah,
You
she
can-
was just radiating, man.
Yeah,
like she
yeah,
looked,
yeah.
through the
Yeah.
set on when we were on set, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like I could like it was. You could really know,
Dark
like,
quality.
beauty.
She's in all the Fast and Furiouses. Of course she is.
She's beautiful.
Fast 5, Furious 7, The Fate and the Furious,
My,
Fast and Furious 6.
Have you ever been tempted,
Snakes on a
Alex?
plane.
Snakes on a plane.
Have you ever been tempted,
Tempted for what?
like, to cross the lines when you're with someone that you're attracted to on set?
Yeah, that time John Stamos had to walk out of a set because this guy made a pass.
Listen, John, we all know why we're here. Stop beating around the bush. All right,
John Stamos, what are you talking about?
Just say it. It's my mind straight to John Stamos.
What's the movie called again that you're doing? The show in...
Tidelands.
Yeah, I've got to add your name
But
to
yes,
the website
have you ever
somewhere.
had that temptation, and have you crossed the line?
Temptation for what now?
But what do you mean when you say, like, put
Like,
Take a
to-
sandwich from
to-
someone else's trailer?
Hang on. When I say temptation, I mean blur
I'm taking this.
Oh, you just walked into someone's trailer and just locks the door behind them? He gives that look. Listen.
I've got the script.
I know you want to fuck.
And I know that you know that you want to fuck.
What
where
temptation
you
are you talking
cross
about?
business with pleasure. Like, you're like, this isn't a good idea,
Sure.
but God, I
lots of-
just want to.
I'm sure they all do.
Are you talking about if you were working with someone, say, in an intimate scene and
No,
things
no,
get
no.
blurred?
Just in general.
No,
like,
no,
if you find
no.
someone attractive,
Or is this
would
a
you,
general-
would you
I mean,
get with
even
them?
just like you're on set with them and it's business, but you're like, oh, I could really cross this line.
If
And,
you saw
and
Blanca
outside
Suarez-
of what you're doing.
If you saw Blanca Suarez and you think, you know what, I'm going to hit her up after we stop filming.
No, not after you stop.
No, after this
You're-
scene. After this scene.
There better be a love scene. And don't do your cut.
Like that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, like, have you ever sort of crossed those lines?
smash.
Smash and nah.
Alex, we got this food here. Food, mate.
And
Other things on my mind, mate.
if you have you been logical about it? Have you gone, I'm going to cross it now because we're going to stop filming in 2 weeks so that if shit goes pear-shaped, I'm alright, I'm in the clear? Or, you know what I mean? Or do you just sort of like impulse take over and you just kind of do it?
That's the difference between a
Well, he's a
consummate
passionate
professional.
man. He's passionate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
This guy's instead of word, we're all talking for
yeah, I
him.
know. But, his eyebrow says it all.
I don't want to float my own...
A man doesn't kiss and tell.
No, that's the difference between a professional and not.
Yeah, but not really. Sometimes
You wait for the production
it
to
doesn't
wrap,
mean you're
and then
not,
you do whatever you're
not
gonna
that
do.
professional. Maybe sometimes impulse or a moment
Passion
of weakness
takes over.
No, you
yeah.
don't shoot where you eat, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, a lot of people
It's
do.
a good rule.
No,
It's a good rule, but it's not necessarily always.
I think I would have explained this to you. I would have explained it somewhere. I had a friend of mine. I had a friend of mine. A contact of my mother's contact me because they had a girl that wanted to do singing or like something, you know, and she had a great voice, and and she asked me what the ins and outs were of the industry, like how she would go
Civics
about, just how she would go about getting like a demo done, and like, you know, what the first steps are. So I talked her through it. I'm like, you know, you look at doing this, you look at that, blah, blah, blah. And then she was trying to get me to collab with her, and I brought up all these factors as why I wouldn't do it. A, she lived she was young on the other side of town. I had too much shit going on. There was no money involved. She's like, oh, but you know, you're talented and blah, blah, blah. I go, mate,
She's sexy.
Then I showed her the whole process of, like, you know, even just producing a song and
Throws down
recording.
a pen.
Get to that point.
Get to
Get to
I'm
that
being
fucking
serious.
point.
I showed
I'm gonna
her,
pee, so
I showed her the entire process, right? As in, like,
We'll have a
just
break.
about what it takes to even start producing a song.
Yeah.
And she's like, this seems like a lot of work. I go, well, what do you think it is?
The groundwork, man. You've got to lay a foundation
She
before you
didn't
start
want that
anything.
kind of work.
No, and I said,
She knew what she wanted to...
She goes, it sounds like a lot of work. I go, it is. I go, why would anyone do this, you know? Why would anyone make it seem like the success rate's really limited and blah, blah, blah? And I said, you want the truth? I'll tell you why. I go, people get into production and claim to be producers and songwriters and all that shit for the network. I go, one, because I think they can get fame, you know, fleeting fame, on like, especially now with social media. Two, they think they're going to get rich because they see all these heads making money and living glam lives. Yeah. Three, because they actually just want to make fucking music, and that's rare, right? Or four, because they think they're going to get laid.
Did she just want that one? The last one?
No, I was talking to a woman that knew a girl like that had like a niece or something. It was nothing to do with me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It is like some serious work.
Yeah, and I said, I go, think about it. I go, these producers are strapped into rooms with these young, naive fucking artists instantly looking at someone who's going to craft and shape their careers and promise them the fucking world, and they just use it to get into them. That's it.
All right, you're talking about but I'm talking about sort of when you're on par, not necessarily in a power position.
No one's ever on
someone
par.
That's,
it's still, it's just. Then it goes back to the same rule. Would you fuck someone at work?
Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of thing or dynamic.
How tempted would you be?
Back to you, Alex. You dodged that question.
No, I did. And I dodged it for a reason.
Yeah. No, but it's the truth. You don't shit where you eat. And it's like going to work.
It's easier said
Could you
than
go
done.
to work every day dealing with some fucking unbalanced character that you've either shafted because, you weren't into, la la la?
I know.
It's one thing to do a one-nighter with someone at a bar.
But see, he would look up the scenes and see when she's finishing. So he's in it for the whole movie.
Right, exactly.
I reckon I can wait 3 weeks.
Yeah, I got 2 weeks.
I got 2 weeks 2 weeks to lay some foundation. And then strike!
Once we wrap, we'll go for a drink.
Oh, when do you finish up? Oh, my last scene's tomorrow. Yeah, sweet.
Because I can imagine with, say shooting for 2 or 3 months and you've got chemistry with someone and that's your life day in and day out, I can see how lines could get blurred
all the time
and energy shifts and how do you're in a fantasy world, like if you've got a family back wherever, that must be difficult.
Well, this is the
I think
this is the conundrum. It's not really a conundrum, though.
Now we know it's serious because
a conundrum in your mind, or
with actors,
what do you mean?
This is the thing with actors. We play make believe and we create a fantasy. We create this thing that's supposed to be real. We know it isn't. And we want people to see it as real. We're bringing people into this world. So when you get actors who are acting together, have to, for instance, the play that I'm doing, I'm in a relationship with, my fellow actor, and we got to have this, it's passionate, and there's kissing involved and whatever it might be. But we know that when, it's at the end of the day, we're going back to our lives. So whatever we're creating in that moment is part of the actor's craft.
The emotional gets separated from the actual.
Yes, I mean don't get me wrong. Lines can blur. Lines can blur, and they have in the past.
Yeah,
I've worked on scenes where
I can imagine they would.
I've worked on scenes where characters, and you end up hooking up with that person.
Yeah,
and the relationship gets formed out of it, and you're like, "Fuck, what was I thinking?"
But then it's interesting. Does it go back to reality really fast?
Crazy.
Yeah. Sorry.
Does it go back to reality really fast?
It does. Well, it can.
Okay.
And you need to kind of. You need to kind of wake up and get your head out of the clouds and go, oh, hang on a sec, what the fuck?
This isn't it.
Yeah.
This isn't line.
But now, I've had enough experience now where that's happened. I've had that experience where that's happened. So when that happens again, if I'm in a situation where I know I'm creating...
You know the energy.
I'm creating something that's in the moment.
Yeah.
And it can be perceived as real, or whatever it is. We're creating that magic, whatever it is. I know that... That's it.
Have you ever walked away from her and said, we'll always have that moment?
And creatively, you're connecting with that person. You have a relationship, but it's a creative one.
Yeah.
It doesn't become a personal, romantic one.
Yeah. No, I know
unless
what you mean.
Allow yourself to...
Dude, every porn star that fucks someone doesn't fall in love with them, man.
No.
A lot of people have families and kids.
But we have this in real life. As long as you're living in the moment, single days, I could just have one night. It is what it is. It's beautiful. You've created something. You walk off. You're fine. Energetically, you can do that. You can connect and disconnect. Doesn't mean it's any less real. It's just you compartmentalize in your energy, I guess. And that I can do that personally, and I see that's probably what you do. But being in this industry where it's always that, does that then impact your relationships outside of it? Do you know what I'm saying? Is it hard for you to actually be in a relationship long term because of that in and out type of energy, and that fucks with you a little bit and then maybe fucks with that person that you're with?
It just comes down to professionalism.
Maybe and maybe not, because if energy does get... Say you're having a rough time in your relationship and then you go on set and you're creating this fantasy and whatever, you can see how that can blur some lines and impact each other.
It can.
You know what I'm saying?
It can, but if you are a professional...
I guess. But maybe not a professional, but maybe just you're able to compartmentalise. Do you know what I mean?
you have to.
I don't think that localizes it any more specifically to the acting world as to everyday life. You know when you hear about people having fucking work husbands and shit like that? Then they have a fucking fight with their real husband, go to work and talk to their work husband, then I'm getting jammed by a photocopier.
Jammed, okay.
Just the emotion.
Right.
That's one thing I never understood is like porn stars having families.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, man. She goes home and it's like, oh, how was your day, honey? I stacked some shelves. What'd you do? Jam 3 black guys.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's how it is.
But that's what I
Anal
mean,
Fist 5 is coming out next year.
You can
Choke me more.
You can compartmentalize. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I mean,
have you been in a serious relationship where it's impacted it? Or you feel that it has?
Does he actually want to reveal all this? You put him on the spot.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, okay, maybe. Ignore. Break? Do we take a break?
You can leverage break.
So where were you last week?
I know, right? Yeah.
Fucking spotlight on his face.
Yeah.
Nah, relax. No, take a break. I want to finish this sandwich, alright?
Just leverage break.
God, are you still eating that?